laws which are being passed, where it seems like we have too many laws already, right? So just making more of them, I don't think is helping matters any, especially when we're talking about filming the police, because who cares if I film a cop, right? Why should they care if I film a cop? They're acting in an official capacity, then they shouldn't really be worried about whether or not I'm filming them. If this particular person who they're arresting or what have you brings it to trial, then video evidence will be brought forward and a jury can decide whether or not the cop acted properly or improperly. Stands to reason, right? Why should any policeman be afraid of that or any sheriff's deputy be afraid of that? Not sure I understand. So meanwhile, courts often, but not always, actually do frown on legislation limiting the public's ability to film the police. The Supreme Court, however, has never actually addressed the issue, probably because they don't see any need to, because, you know, First Amendment. You'd think that would be kind of easy, right? Like that would be an easy decision. Like, oh yeah, you know, there's the First Amendment, which guarantees that people can film the police. Pretty simple deal, right? Well, a lot of things have changed just in the last few years. I think about it this way. 5 years ago, not everybody had a camera on them. And now everybody has a camera on them. Well, 5 years ago was actually 2010 now. So actually most people did have a camera on them. Okay, 10 years ago, not everybody had a camera on them. Think back before smartphones, pre-2007 or pre-2005, I guess, when not everybody had a cell phone that was capable of capturing video, where the everyday person couldn't just whip out a camera and start filming anything they wanted for a quite long period of time. Now we have that ability. Everything has changed. So legislators and police officers, not all of them, obviously, and different people are acting in official capacity, and some just people who sympathize with whatever, say that this is a big problem and somehow new legislation needs to be passed because technology has changed. Why should new legislation have to be passed just because technology has changed? Like, I have the right to travel, regardless of whether I'm doing it in a horse and buggy or a horseless carriage or on foot. I have right to travel. Very simple stuff. I have the right to bear arms, be it an AR-15, a Kentucky long rifle, or a musket. I have that right to travel. Very simple stuff. Or excuse me, I have that right to bear arms. Pardon me. I have that right. So why then should their laws change depending on whether or not the technological circumstances have changed? I'm not sure I understand the reasoning here. You have the right to film as a member of the press, which could be anybody. You have the right to film as a matter of the First Amendment, the right to free speech, which is protected under the Constitution, which is a God-given right. Whether that's in a form of you writing down in a notebook, that's freedom of the press, and that's the First Amendment. Whether or not that's you making a vocal recording, freedom of the press, First Amendment. Or whether or not that's you using your video camera on your phone. That's First Amendment. That's protected, freedom of press. It's very simple stuff. Why do the laws need to change just because technology has? It's all the same. Circumstances haven't changed from the founding of the Constitution up till now. The circumstances really haven't changed. And keep in mind, people don't change at all. This is Digital Drive. I'm your host, Russell. The show we talk about technology and more. HotNewsTalkRadio.com is where you should go if you want to listen on the internet. Get the TuneIn app and search for Hot News Talk Radio on the TuneIn app on your smartphone. Hot News Talk Radio.
This is a mob mode. This is the mob mode. What kind of fool do you think I am? You think I know nothing of
You give us 12 minutes and 40 seconds, we'll give you Chattanooga and the world.
News Talk 1240. Hi, this is your computer speaking. I don't feel so well. It's like I've come down with a bug, and I'm getting slower.
Affordable Computers. We fix sick computers. Your hometown guys at Affordable Computers will repair your PC in half the time of the big boys at an affordable price. No tricks, no gimmicks, no computer speak technobabble. Just good, quick, and courteous affordable service and repairs. Want to affordably supercharge your PC? Affordable Computers on Highway 58. Affordable Computers hand builds all desktops in-house. If you're looking for a better-than-new refurb laptop, $150 will get you a Dell or another name brand at Affordable Computers. Affordable Computers, Highway 58, between Arby's and Taco Bell. Also Fort O, Battlefield Parkway near Holcombs. Affordable Computers, we service what we sell. Call 499-1975. That's 499-1975.
Wow, this is amazing. I'm feeling great, supercharged.
We've got a table here at Delia's in Saudi Daisy, ready to delight in a plate of authentic Mexican food. Delia's spreads a rich selection: loaded nachos, crazy chicken, homemade tamales, maybe the enchiladas with beef, chicken, pork, quesadillas. Every dish beautifully pictured on the menu to help us decide. Join us for lunch or dinner. We're at Delia's in Saudi Daisy on Dayton Pike near the Thrasher Light. Here's dinner. Delia's uses the freshest ingredients, cooked to perfection. Nachos, homemade. Delia's open every day except the Lord's Day. For lunch and dinner, treat yourself to Delia's genuine Mexican food. In Saudi, call 521-7145. That's 521-7145.
NASCAR, Laura Ingram, Dennis Miller, David Toulis, Coast to Coast AM, and CBS Radio News. Chattanooga's news, talk, and sports leader.
Hot News Talk Radio, 910, 1190, and 1240 AM.
You love your hometown. Are you interested in free markets, in local economy? Do you hope that Chattanooga can survive the next meltdown, the next chain of disasters in the national economy? What's the best way to live out the ideals of self-government and self-determination? Join me, David Toulis, weekdays 1 to 3.
Hot News Talk 1240.
Love your neighbor, buy local.
You give us 12 minutes and 40 seconds, we'll give you Chattanooga and the world.
Hot News Talk 1240. Hot News Talk 1240.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lilia Wu. There's more evidence that the terrorists targeted foreigners during the attack at a museum in Tunisia.
Sources in Tunisia telling Fox the assailants screamed at locals in Arabic to lower their heads so they wouldn't be shot. Another French person has died from his wounds. Total foreign tourists killed now at 20, most of them cruise ship passengers.
Fox Radio's Jessica Gallagher in Yemen. A pair of mosques in the capital hit by suicide bombers during midday prayers. Nearly 140 people killed. The group, which is in control of the mosques, is a sworn enemy of the powerful al-Qaeda branch in Yemen. Supporters of the Islamic State group claiming responsibility. And AP reporting that a criminal investigation's been opened into resigning Illinois Congressman Aaron Schock. Source saying the Justice Department's looking into office and campaign expenses, as well as personal business dealings with political donors. Fox News, we report, you decide.
You give us 12 minutes and 40 seconds, we'll give you Chattanooga and the world.
Hot News Talk 1240.
This is Digital Drive. I'm your host, Russell. The show we talk about technology and more. I'm wearing a tie right now, and you can watch it if you want to. If you want to watch me in my tie, search for Hot News Talk Radio on YouTube. That's right, on YouTube. We don't mess around. We are now streaming live on YouTube. Just go to Hot News Talk Radio on YouTube, and you can watch us that way. Oh, man, it's so nice, too, because it looks great, and so do I. Because I'm dressed to the nines today because I'm going out later today. Later tonight, friends got a birthday party. Gonna hit the town, man. I'm gonna hit the town. Gonna walk all around downtown. If you see me, and maybe I shouldn't do this, but if you see me, I'm wearing a purple shirt and a red tie. If you see me downtown, say hi. I don't care. I'm nice. Then you can say hi and take selfies or something. I don't know. If you see me downtown, say hi. I don't care. We can have a good time. Maybe you can join us and get drinks or buy me drinks because I can't. Buy me drinks because I'm under 21. Oh, here's a fashion tip for you, by the way. If you are looking for pants, this could sound weird. If you're looking for pants, a good source, now I'm not joking, a good source is actually Walmart. Because on clearance right now at the Walmart down on Gun Barrel, at least I think it's still on clearance. It was last week, and it had been the week before that and the week before that. They're selling black jeans, and they're on clearance, and they actually had my size, which is rare because I'm 34 or something like that. I'm like tall and thin. I'm trying to gain weight, but I can't do it. So, but yeah, they sell black jeans, and nobody can tell that they're jeans from a distance. No, I've asked people like, "Hey, what am I wearing?" Like, "Oh, dress pants." My friend. They're jeans. They're black jeans. They're so much more comfortable than dress pants. So if you want some durable dress pants, you can go get some black jeans down at the Walmart. They're on clearance. They're marketing them as like work pants or something, but you can just slice that label off, and there you go. That's what I did, and they look cool. They look good with my purple shirt and my red tie. I'd show you, but I'd have to step way back. So I'm sorry, but you can check it out on YouTube. That's YouTube, and search for Hot News Talk Radio, and you can watch us streaming live there. Super high quality, 720p, by the way. You can stream it on your phone. You can stream it on your TV with Chromecast, and you can just watch it on your computer or listen on your computer. There's a lot of different ways to listen to us, and none of them are really any better than the others, you know what I mean, in terms of audio quality. But on hotnewstalkradio.com, you can get a direct stream from our studio straight to your computer on hotnewstalkradio.com. On most computers, it'll automatically start playing. If it doesn't, there's just a little play button up at the top of the browser you can hit, and there you go. If you get the TuneIn app, you can search for Hot News Talk Radio on TuneIn. And the TuneIn app, you can get that for Windows Phone, you can get that for Android, you can get that for iPhone, you can get that for BlackBerry. Really versatile app. It's on, I think, basically every smartphone platform as far as I know, which means it's probably HTML5 based, but you can get that, and you can listen to us streaming live that way. Sounds really good. You may have to listen to an ad or two, but yeah, that's mobile apps for you. I wish we got money from it, but we don't, so that all goes towards them. But what do you know? We're also working on a podcasting platform, so stay tuned for that. We're going to have podcasting soon. I'm working on that. So MRIs are showing that our brains shut down, much like the government. They shut down when we see security prompts. So a security prompt is something like a terms of service agreement, right? You see a terms of service agreement where it's like, I agree to the terms of use where I won't use this program to murder people. I won't use it to steal identities and all that sort of thing. So that would be what your prompt is, a security prompt. So if you ever feel your eyes glazing over, according to Ars Technica, when you see yet another security warning pop up on your monitor, at first, scientists have used magnetic resonance imaging, MRIs, to measure your brain's dramatic drop in attention that results when a computer user is subjected to just 2 security warnings in a short period of time. Another thing that might classify as a security warning is if there's, say, what's the word I'm looking for? If there is, say, like a little, what's the word? Antivirus. There we go. I don't know how I lose words. Antivirus in the corner of your screen pops up, and you can, see a little antivirus thing pops up and says, AVG is out of date. Update your AVG. And you see that, and you immediately ignore it. That's where your brain levels drop. You actually get stupid when that happens. You actually do, for a very short period of time. So if anybody asks you a question and you see a little pop-up, AVG is out of date, or Kaspersky is out of date, or Malwarebytes is out of date, then you get very dumb for a very short period of time, according to these MRI scans, believe it or not. So inattention is the result of a phenomenon known as habituation, which also sounds like the listings of people who have recently deceased in a newspaper, but it's not, or the tendency for organisms' neural systems to show partial or complete cessations of response to stimuli over repeated exposure. So you become a vegetable for a very, very short period of time. Such repetition suppression, or RS, has been documented in everything from sea slugs to humans, but not eggs. By directly measuring RS in the brains of people exposed to computer security warnings, scientists were then able to test more effective ways software makers can alert people to potential risks. So Bonzi Buddy on a bunch of people's computers and tried to see what the effects of Bonzi Buddy would be on people. I don't know if anybody remembers Bonzi Buddy, but anyway. So besides leading to potential improvements in user interfaces, this new research may pave the way for better security education, training, and awareness programs, password use, information security policy compliance, yada, yada. So basically the idea here is that our brains shut down when we see pop-ups that keep coming up. It becomes muscle memory to just hit like OK or just hit go away. It's insane how our minds work that way, where you would just totally dip in attention span. We just totally dip, where we just say, yeah, no, forget it, I don't care. And it happens a lot. It's weird. Happens more often than you'd think. Well, Windows 10 phones are getting bigger and smaller and faster, and according to Ars Technica, perhaps even more x86er, which is a method of, it's a processor architecture, which, we can get in the technical terms for what processor architecture is, but not today. Basically, it's a different sort of processor that may or may not handle memory in different ways. Anyway, it's just a different way of doing it. Well, even as we're still waiting for a Windows flagship handset, Windows 10 phones are going to support faster processors, more RAM, higher screen resolutions, and all that jazz than any other Windows phone currently does. So we could be talking 4K Windows phones, broadcasting HD video from their 4K lenses that are put into the hardware case, and you can stream protests live. You can get beaten up for doing it, and all sorts of cool stuff. Well, the mobile family will be the successor. There we go. Tongue-tied. The successor to the Windows Phone that we currently have today, meaning no desktop, no traditional Win32 applications, totally locked down, sandbox running system-on-a-chip platforms. So Microsoft seems to be kind of unsure of exactly what the desktopless version of Windows is going to be called. Sometimes they call it Windows Mobile, sometimes they call it something else, but they have probably an internal name for it, but we keep hearing Windows Mobile or Windows Phone. The Windows Phone universe has always been more constrained in terms of supported hardware, although it does have a support for Java, so you can run really horrible applications on it, like, I don't know, stuff and Minecraft sometimes. Windows 10 is going to support a wider range of system on a chip or systems on chips than ever before. So I'm pretty excited about the new Windows phones. They're going to be supporting Atom X3 Intel processors, formerly known as SOFIA. Well, speaking of long acronyms, that's just your update on the Windows Phone from us here at Hot News Talk Radio. I'm excited for Windows Phone, actually. You wouldn't think it, but I don't think I'll switch over from Android to Windows. But I am kind of excited about Windows phones anyway, just because it's something new in the market. And something new in the marketplace is always good, because competition helps to spur on growth. You know, without competition in the market, we would have, well, monopoly, but we would also have something called stagnation in the marketplace, which is never good. Now, this generally only happens when the government is involved in the marketplace. So you have stagnation in terms of, say, weapons manufacturing or design of nuclear power plants, because these things can only be done under strict supervision of the government, which leads to stagnation. We don't want stagnation in the marketplace. Even when it comes to smartphones or operating systems, stagnation in the marketplace is never good. So it's always nice to see competition, even from a company I'm not necessarily on good terms with, as to Microsoft. I like Microsoft okay. I mean, sure, Microsoft has come out with quite a few great products. So Windows 7, we use it here. Windows XP, we use it here. Windows NT was not NT, 2000 Professional Edition. Was my first operating system. So I can't really get upset about Windows or anything like that. I just like Linux better. Sorry. I just do. But we're working on adding in some new infrastructure to us, to our station here at Hot News Talk Radio, which is on 3 AM stations, 1240, 1190, and 910 in Dunlap, South Pittsburgh, and Chattanooga, the 3 great areas here in the Tennessee Valley. Wonderful people, wonderful terrain, great for hiking. Downtown Chattanooga is quite dreary tonight, but hey, you know, that's part of the charm, part of the urban decay, man. I'm into that. I dig that. And we're adding to our infrastructure here at our little station, which could, at Hot News Talk Radio. And we are adding in Google support in the form of YouTube broadcasting. So right now, you can listen to us or watch us actually on YouTube. Go to youtube.com, which we all know how to go there, and search for Hot News Talk Radio, and you can watch us streaming live on there. We're sort of doing a little divergence. We're working on Ustream and YouTube, and we're sort of deciding on which way to go. I'm leaning towards YouTube, but the powers that be may lean the other way. But I'm the tech guy. I'll do what I want. So right now we're working on YouTube broadcasting, which is actually in effect right now. So you can watch us on youtube.com and search for Hot News Talk Radio. So war. What's it good for? Absolutely nothing, said Edwin Starr, and he's absolutely correct. And there's a new speculation about what the future of war is. I mean warfare. We can talk about the theaters of war all day, right? Like, where's the next war going to happen? Is it going to spark in Ukraine? Is it going to spark with a potential Russian invasion of Latvia? Is it going to happen due to Iranian nuclear weapons landing in Tel Aviv? Who knows? Who cares? But war is inevitable. Unfortunately, that is the truth of the matter. War is inevitable. And as a result of this, the military-industrial complex marches on with new robot soldiers. And so that means new weapons of war, new technological advancements for the pursuit of war, and the profiteering off of war. Well, that can actually lead to some good things for us, believe it or not. Now, I'm not saying war is good, ever, and I'm not saying that war should be something that should be profiteered off of or anything like that. But keep in mind that due to, say, things like World War I and World War II and Vietnam and the different Indochina conflicts and Korea and the Gulf Wars, all two of them, three of them actually, then we've developed a lot of technology thanks to government grants in military infrastructure. In fact, you could argue we have the different wars that have happened to thank for the internet, but that would be a little bit of a stretch. Well, the weapons of World War III is something Extreme Tech is theorizing about. So how will new technology affect the next great conflict? Right now, focus seems to be on drones. That's what everyone's talking about. Drones, drones, drones. They're droning on about drones. Well, drones are good for the marketplace, actually. Now, does that mean that military drones are going to be used by Amazon to deliver packages at supersonic speeds that'll also blow up your house? No. What that does mean, though, is that the government will probably come out with new drone activity, or new drone technology, I should say, contracted by companies like Lockheed Martin and Boeing, of course, which will then be adopted by private companies not under government contract in order to help benefit the marketplace. So in a weird sort of offhanded way, you could argue that warfare does a little bit help the marketplace, but it does greatly serve as a detriment to the marketplace because why? People die. And people dying is not really a good thing for the marketplace because it doesn't really encourage growth. If people start dying off, then there's not as many people to help out the marketplace, to be innovators, to be inventors, to be consumers, which I don't like that word. I don't know what to use to replace it. Maybe customers? I don't know. Consumer just sounds so barcode. I can't get over it. Well, there's a good application of drones which has come out, which is Amazon. Yeah, Amazon.com. Now, Amazon.com is a national alternative to the local marketplace. I will admit that. And because of that, I'm not a huge fan of Amazon, as a company or the way Amazon runs its business or whatever. But I will admit that they do offer a pretty valuable service. And I would be quite hypocritical to condemn them because I use Amazon on a regular basis. I just try to avoid it because I want to buy local as much as I can, locally as much as I can. But Amazon is coming out with a new service that has been approved by the FAA now, which is drone experiments. So it seems like all the hype from Amazon's CEO Jeff Bezos about using drones for deliveries was not hype after all. He was serious. The Federal Aviation Administration announced today that it has awarded an experimental airworthiness certificate for a drone design presented by Amazon Logistics, which is the online retailer's in-house fulfillment and delivery company. So Amazon Logistics is just that. It's just what it sounds like. It's the logistics branch of Amazon. They deal with the truck drivers, the deliveries, the logistics, basically. Anything logistical about Amazon, Amazon Logistics handles it. So it only makes sense that the drone programs would be handled by Amazon Logistics. Makes sense, right? Well, as with all of the experimental drone airworthiness certificates that are being issued by the FAA in advance of formal approval of unmanned aircraft for commercial purposes, Amazon's permission slip to fly comes with some oversight. Of course, you can't have anything without oversight. Amazon will have to report monthly data to the FAA on how many flights it has conducted, the amount of pilot time associated with each flight, and information on unusual hardware or software malfunctions, any deviations from air traffic controllers' instructions, and any unintended loss of communications links, which are all different things which could happen quite easily if you're flying a drone through, say, adverse weather conditions like we have here right now. Then you could lose communication with your drone. Hopefully, they've set up a system where the drone will automatically go to some hover mode or something like that, which would be pretty nice because we definitely don't want there to be any sort of system where the drone just decides to stop working and the rotors turn off and it crashes into somebody's yard and kills somebody's chihuahua. We don't really need that. So hopefully it goes into hover mode or something, but they're hoping to actually have 1 hour delivery to Amazon Prime customers as soon as possible. But they put Amazon in a position to be among the very first commercial drone operators in the U.S. once the FAA actually gives approval for full integration of unmanned aircraft into the national airspace. Now, I was talking about this, and this is not an original idea to me. I cannot coin this idea. The idea can be attributed to our very own Confederate Mike here at Hot News Talk Radio, who's the man behind the scenes. He's the man behind the curtain. He's the other guy behind Hot News Talk Radio. There are two main dudes behind Hot News Talk Radio. One of them is Confederate Mike, and the other man is David Toulis, and his show is Nuganomics.com, which is coming up actually in just a few minutes right here on Hot News Talk Radio. But Confederate Mike proposed a very, very interesting idea for drones. which is designated pickup and drop-off places for different companies, where Amazon would have a pickup location, say at Amazon Logistics, and they would drop off at designated drop-off boxes, designated by Amazon, of course, not by any state entity. That would be the ideal, so that the company could deliver things in a safer manner than if they delivered straight to your door. So then you can go and pick it up within the hour. So it'd be ready to receive within the hour, would be their advertising moniker. So now Amazon can listen and steal all of our ideas here at Hot News Talk Radio. But you know what? If our ideas help out the marketplace, I'm cool with it, honestly. I'm not somebody who's rabid for profit, which sounds a little bit weird being an anarcho-capitalist. You think I'd be all about profit, but actually my real profit is in spreading as much knowledge as I can. I mean, yeah, sure, getting some cash now and again is nice. It helps to put gas in the tank and everything, but that's not the main thing. The main thing is to keep everybody as well informed as I possibly can. And I like to think that I do an okay job of it here on Hot News Talk Radio, where we're streaming live on hotnewstalkradio.com and with the TuneIn app, where you can listen on Hot News Talk Radio. And you can also go to youtube.com and search for Hot News Talk Radio, and you'll be able to watch us streaming live there as well, which could be helpful because a lot of workplace firewalls will actually block sites which are blacklisted, or will only allow different sites which are specifically whitelisted. YouTube sometimes is actually whitelisted. So you could potentially listen to us on the YouTube stream on Hot News Talk Radio, whereas our website might actually be blocked by your workplace's firewall. Now, I'm not advocating the circumvention of your network security rules set up by your net admin at your place of work, but if you got to get your Hot News Talk Radio fix, you can do it that way. Just my little tip to you. Any angry bosses can call me at 423-800-8949. That's 423-800-8949, where you can call in to say anything at all about anything at all here on Hot News Talk Radio. That's 423-800-8949 is a call-in number. So Clinton's email address is still a matter of discussion, I guess, by quite a few people, unfortunately, because I'm way over that. I am way over Clinton's email, but there have been some misconceptions about it, so I guess the time is now to clear the air. Why not? Well, there's an update about Hillary Clinton's email. It's on a hosted Exchange 2010 server, not in whatever else they were claiming it was on. According to Ars Technica, there has been quite a lot of controversy about Clinton's email. We all know that. Well, if you want to know what she's using now, all you have to do is point your web browser at it. You can go to a login page for Outlook Web Access from a Microsoft Exchange 2010 server, and so will anyone who wants to brute force guess her email password or simply take the server down with denial of service attacks. So we now know where Hillary Clinton's email server actually is. So does that mean this is the very same email server that was up previously? No, we don't know that for certain. But what we do know is that this actually is her email server. So you can expect to have some, what do you call them, a clicktivist who's going to try to brute force her email server, which is kind of funny, but you didn't hear it here, I guess is what I'm saying. I don't condone these actions because that would be destruction of property, and obviously that's never good. But it could be done and probably will be done by somebody, hopefully not you, the listener. So Clinton has probably changed her email address since the scandal began, obviously, particularly since it was just called HDR22. That was her account name. Seriously, HDR22. That was probably also her password. And it was a hosted Exchange server. That's an upgrade from her original server configuration, which was some weird Chappaqua address. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but it was a Cablevision subsidiary, basically. The domain was registered on January 13th of 2009, days before confirmation as Secretary of State, but it did not gain a certificate for secure client connections until March. So the current certificate for ClintonEmail.com was issued by GoDaddy in 2013, just as the original certificate was about to expire. So that's your update on Hillary Clinton's email situation. Not that anyone really cares at this point. That's kind of the thing. It's such a worn-out topic. I wish I don't want to bash the game of other people, but I wish there could be something else to talk about, other than the email thing. It just seems to be a tired old subject. Like, we get it. Yeah, the email thing is a problem. And I'm not even a Hillary fan. I'm not an anybody fan. I don't like anybody when it comes to politicians. So I guess I'm biased. I just dislike some people less than I dislike other people, which isn't to really say much. But the whole email thing seems to be really tired. I mean, why aren't we talking about the Clinton body count or something fun like that? Waco, something. I don't know. It's just a tired old topic. Well, anyway, you can listen to us on hotnewstalkradio.com, and you can now go on YouTube and search for Hot News Talk Radio to listen to us that way. There's a new process for 3D printing, which is supposed to take only minutes instead of the previous hours, which we were constantly being barraged by hour-long waiting times just to print out an AR-15 lower. It shouldn't take that long, people. Well, now there's a new method for 3D printing that's actually been out for a few months now, but there's just now being some pretty informative articles about it and how the actual process works. It's this new team of researchers from UNC Chapel Hill that developed a new 3D printing process that may be fast enough to change the tide for 3D printing. Their process allows for the continual printing of objects using a liquid interface in a single step, unlike the previous stepwise processes. So it actually pulls it out of liquid, and it's solidified by UV radiation, not the harmful kind that'll give you cancer, just UV radiation. This is Digital Drive. I'm your host, Russell. The show we talk about technology and more. We're going to dig deeper into that next week on Monday. And Nuganomics.com with David Toulis is coming up in just a few seconds. The show we talks about local economy and free market right here on Hot News Talk Radio, AM 1240, AM 1190, and AM 910.
You give us 12 minutes and 40 seconds, we'll give you Chattanooga and the world.
News Talk 1240.
You do not have to be living with constant pain. You need to make the choice today to enjoy a revitalized body. You deserve to live a better pain-free life. And Dr. Ross can help. At Ross Chiropractic, failure is not an option. For over 40 years, Dr. Ross, a graduate of the prestigious Palmer College of Chiropractic, prided himself in helping and healing. The Ross method of chiropractic care is unique in developing a treatment designed just for you. And Ross Chiropractic makes this promise to you. If he believes that he can help relieve your pain, he will guide you to another health practitioner to assist you. Feel better now. You owe it to yourself. You really do. Call Dr. Ross now at 954-9591. That's 954-9591. And visit Dr. Ross at 7405 Shallowford Road, Suite 320. Ross Chiropractic, helping your body heal itself. Because when your spine's in line, you will feel fine. Call 954-9591. That's 954-9591 for Ross Chiropractic.
Every Tuesday at 11 a.m. on Hot News Talk Radio, join Real Estate U for an hour of information, guests, and new ideas about the dynamic Chattanooga real estate investment market. Real Estate U, every Tuesday at 11 a.m. here on Hot News Talk Radio.
Hey, you don't know me, but I want to thank you. A couple of weeks ago, you were at a store paying for coffee. You looked at the lottery tickets, but changed your mind. Anyway, it made me think, why not? It's just $1. Well, $1 turned into $7,000, and I have you to thank. So, thanks. From the guy in line behind you who bought the winning Lucky Sevens instant ticket that you didn't buy.
Don't let someone behind you buy your winning instant ticket. Play today. All it takes is $1 or $2 on a game like Lucky Sevens. The Tennessee Lottery. Game-changing fun. Start the year lucky with the Tennessee Lottery, because in January you can earn double VIP points with every non-winning Lucky Sevens instant ticket you enter. Then you can redeem your points online in the VIP store for items like electronics and housewares, or use them to enter VIP drawings for the chance to win merchandise or travel packages. Visit tnlottery.com to become a Tennessee Lottery VIP today. You can also scan Lucky Sevens instant tickets with a VIP mobile app to earn double VIP points.
Pure, honest, fair, and respect. Just some words that come to mind when you think about how you want to be treated. And that's how